All new at 10, a Clemson football coach hailed a hero after he sprung into action and helped first responders. It happened after a deadly accident involving 5 people on Calhoun Memorial Highway last Thursday. And sadly, a great-grandmother and her great-grandson lost their lives. Well, tonight, we spoke with first responders from Liberty Fire Department who were on scene that night. Our Matt Koufax live in Clemson outside Memorial Stadium with their account of how things happened.
Tori, Cody, I spoke with a Liberty Fire Department firefighter, lieutenant actually, at his other posting today at the Central Fire Department here in the surrounding area of the Clemson community. He says that while the lives lost in that crash weigh very heavy on them, the actions of his firefighters, as well as those of Clemson Football's quarterback coach Brandon Streeter, helped save 3 other lives.
Anytime anybody loses their life, it's definitely a critical incident. But yeah, when children are involved, it definitely makes your heart a little heavier.
Troopers say 2 victims of a tragic Pickens County crash, 70-year-old Gladys Holbrooks and 6-year-old Cameron Durham, were killed when a truck ran into the back of their Ford Fiesta on Calhoun Memorial Highway.
Anytime you're in a critical scene, the first 30 minutes, up to the first 30 minutes are very stressful, and you do a lot. You kind of change roles 2 or 3 times during that first 30 minutes.
Eli Reynolds with Liberty Fire Department says crews arrived to chaos and quickly realized there were 5 people involved in the crash altogether. Reynolds says they called in ambulances, helicopters, and worked frantically to climb up and down a steep embankment the cars had slid down to free those involved who were trapped inside.
I went back up to assist with the other vehicle, and that's when we had seen Coach Streeter.
Clemson football quarterbacks coach Brandon Streeter was what first responders call a passerby who just happened to be there. But rather than call 911 and wait or drive to get help, Reynolds says Streeter did something not many do.
Him, along with another bystander, was helping our guys tow equipment up and down the bank. They kept asking, what can I do to help? What can I do to help?
Reynolds says they didn't even realize it was Streeter until much later, and that he and the other witnesses' extra set of hands in the first 15 minutes contributed to saving 3 other lives in the wreck.
It does take a lot of bravery and courage sometimes to just jump out, and some instinct, to jump out and just start helping.
He says Streeter didn't hesitate for a second, and that his actions are emblematic of his character and the connection Clemson has to the surrounding community.
He's human just like we are, so he done a great job.
And we did also try to reach out to Coach Streeter to see if he would talk to us about what he experienced and how he feels about the whole thing. He's actually said, though, that he didn't want to go on camera, and for good reason. We actually spoke with another person on the Clemson staff, Clemson's Ross Taylor. He said that he had spoken with Streeter and that in the quarterback coach's view, quote, the actual first responders on scene were the ones deserving of praise. Streeter went on to say that he would respectfully defer to the Liberty Fire Department and the others to make sure they receive the credit they deserve, especially in light of how tragic the incident was. And speaking of that tragedy for those 2 victims that were killed, we do have a link to the GoFundMe their family posted. It's already on our website in the web article about that crash. If you are interested, you can also access it in our free Fox Carolina News app. Cody, Tori?
Yeah, thanks for that detailed report tonight, Matt. Appreciate that. Troopers made an arrest, Jose Guzman Pliego, in connection with that deadly crash. He remains in the Pickens County Jail after he was denied bond for felony DUI charges. For more on this and other stories, make sure you download our free Fox Carolina News app.